Today let's go over the best aircrafts in Azur Lane. When picking an aircraft, two things you look for are damage and reload speed. Airstrike reloads can vary anywhere between 20 to 25 seconds depending on your gear. You usually want your carriers to fire faster, as close to 20 seconds as possible, because that allows them to line up with Helena. It also helps with timings during boss fights. For example, Meta 15s give you an 80-second timer, meaning if your airstrikes takes 24 to 25 seconds to reload, your third airstrike likely won't have enough time to fully hit. Luckily, you can farm perma reload stat for carriers, which, once you have enough, effectively eliminates the need to balance out damage and reload in the late game. Therefore, as I go over each of the planes, I'll mainly be focusing on the ones that provide the most damage. Starting with the fighter planes, there are 5 options. You have the HVAR Hellcat against light armor, the Messerschmitt against medium armor, and a tie between the Sea Hornet, the Tiger Cat, and the Flapjack against everything else. The differences between these 3 are minute, so any one of them can be used in place of another. It's also important to note that the HVAR Hellcat and the Messerschmitt have no anti-air capabilities, so against plane-heavy maps, you should avoid using them. This leaves us with a very simple flowchart for deciding fighter planes. Now for dive bombers, it was originally so simple. You would use the purple Helldivers for everything. They're easy to get and they have one of the highest damage outputs against all armor types. Even now, it's perfectly fine to use them, but now we got their upgraded gold version, which gives you 20 more aviation and the ability to plus 13 it. There's also the Su 2, which has better damage against light and medium armor, and of course the 2 rainbows. The Douglas A1 has the highest damage against light armor, while the Tenrai is the best against medium and heavy. Also worth mentioning the Suisse, which are slightly weaker than the purple Helldivers, but offer a much faster reload, which is great for when you need to adjust airstrike timings. In short, dive bomber selection looks a little something like this. Finally, we have the torpedo bombers, which are split between the parallel bombers and converging bombers depending on whether you want more AoE or single target damage. For parallel bombers, you have the clear number 1, the Wyvern, which is unmatched in surface damage and it can shoot down enemy planes. There's also the Brigette if you played during the Angel of the Iris event, which is basically a weaker Wyvern. If you have neither of them, there are quite a few other options. Of note are the Sky Parrots and Vit 2, which offer high damage, and the Barracuda, which is the easiest to obtain. For converging bombers, you pick either the Ryusei, Junkers, or the Sound. There is not a big difference between the 3 of them, so just pick whichever one you like or have. So for torpedo bombers, we have something like this. And with that, we're done. Why do I feel like I forgot something? This covers all the different aircrafts in the game. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.